I would have to describe this because this also is an audio.
Right. It's a bit mad, but going back to your one day,
Yeah.
I think
Welcome back,
welcome
guys.
back, guys. Welcome
Woo!
back to another episode of We
Yes.
Chatting.
Yes, another week, another episode. So,
Do you know what we should do, Aaliyah?
What? Mm.
I think every episode, you guys can listen. I'm not going to take this out. Let's say our names. I feel like I know. Obviously, our followers know who we are, but let's just say our names. Kind of
I
like
know,
a
we always
90s
leave
kind
it
of
to
thing.
the end. I
And
think the only
yeah,
other time we said our name first was like the very first episode. It was just introduction, but we've never said our names first. We just say
our names.
No, we always say
Alright,
them. It's
quickly.
like if you've forgotten.
Yeah, do you know what? For the fun of it, say your name, Aaliyah. Oh, say your name, and then you throw in a little like cute maybe fact about maybe what your name, where your name's from, or something. I don't know, like the meaning,
Okay.
whatever.
Hello. My name is Aliyah, and I think my name is Arabic. I'm not very sure. I was always told that the definition was noble. The definition is not noble. Those
It's not.
lies. It's not noble. It's
Okay, so
something about being successful or something like that.
oh,
So very
come on,
fitting.
success. I see it. Okay. Should I say mine?
Yeah.
Alright. My name is Grace. Very simple name. It's in the dictionary, so I don't need to really define that. I guess someone that moves, Grace. But I got my name from my grandmother. My grandmother's name was Grace. Other people know me by Adeze. And that means first daughter of the king. Those are my two common names. But yes, how old are you as well, Aliyah? Just
how old am I?
Quick recap. Yeah.
I am 18. Currently about to be 19 in a couple months.
Feel free to send the presents.
Yeah.
Feel free to send the presents.
DM me for my address or my account number because money.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Period.
How old are you, Grace?
And I am 20, turning 21 this year. Same as Aaliyah. Feel free to just drop £1 million into my account. Like, I won't stop you. I'm not obliged to that.
I'm not about to say no. Thank you.
I'm not gonna say that, and I'm not sending it back. That's on period. All right. Just wanted to just have a bit random, intro.
Yeah.
We'll probably maybe next week we'll have something set up for you guys. But yes.
So Grace, how's your week been?
My week has been okay. I don't know what to really say, to be honest. Okay, there's one thing. So for those that don't know, we had Christmas not too long ago. If you didn't know, we had Christmas not too long ago. And I ordered quite a few presents for my loved ones. But one present took so long to arrive. So long to arrive. And that is my dad's present. I ordered my dad's present along with all my other presents. And I was only able to sort it out this month. February. December was 2 months ago. JD, get it together, because this is like a problem that's happening not just with me, but with quite a few people I've noticed.
Damn, I thought you were gonna say something like I don't know, Shein, AliExpress, but JD.
Oh no, ma'am. Oh, AliExpress. That shirt that I wore 2 episodes ago, that was delivered like the day before I wore it, and I ordered it in October. So that's AliExpress for you. Yeah.
Nice.
But JD, yeah, get it together, please. Because I won't be buying from you if it is this consistent thing online. That's it. And yeah, Brooks called me like 2 days ago, asking about how I feel. Yeah, that's where I'll be going this year, guys, if you didn't know. About how I feel about uni life. Appreciate that. But nothing much this week. I'd like to hear what happened to you this week, Aaliyah, because you posted on your story
I
briefly
want
what
to
had
cry.
happened, but I'd
I
like
really
you to
want to cry.
explain what happened.
I just want. Okay, so basically, my week hasn't been that interesting, to be very fair. I've been asleep. Well, I'm not really asleep. I've just been up. Okay, so the first thing is that I started reading a book which I ordered last week. This is the book, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Okay.
Victory even popped up, and she was like, "Oh, I've been thinking about this book." Yeah, I finished it last night, and I would recommend. It's basically about this actress Evelyn Hugo and her rise to fame and the seven husbands she married and the love of her life, and like it's super duper interesting. 100% recommend. So I finished that just after 2 a.m. in the morning last night. Now I'm snuggling in, I'm about to go to sleep, and the fire alarm goes off at 2 a.m. in the morning.
My god.
Usually, when
god.
the fire, so usually when the fire alarm goes off here, it turns on and then it goes off after like a minute. So, but it's been a minute and it's not turning off. So, also, this might be TMI, but I don't sleep with trousers on. Like, that's really uncomfortable. So I'm like, I'm in the dark.
So just
I'm trying to reach
legs
for my
out
life.
with underwear.
Yeah, and a shirt. No, wait. Of course, I'm not
That
leaving
is
my
TMI.
phone.
That's very funny.
So I'm like reaching to find the light switch over there, and I'm struggling. And I'm like, oh gosh, it's too dark. So I switch it on, and I'm like going through my wardrobe to find some trousers, and then grab my like cardigan and grab my phone and dip. And we're standing out there for 20 minutes for this alarm to turn off. And then they turn it off and we go back inside. Okay, so now I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna sleep again. I end up going to sleep. And then the fire alarm goes off again at 5
Again. Oh my god.
5 a.m. They said we don't want you to sleep tonight. Like people don't have lectures. So we're out there again at 5 a.m. And then it went off again at like 1:30 today. Yes.
What? 1:30.
1:30. Like in the afternoon, but it turned off after a minute, so I stayed in my room.
Again. What the hell?
3 times in one day.
Oh yeah. Really, really quickly. Can you? Are you using your ear?
Yeah.
Are they on?
Yeah.
Try switching them off because the fan is quite loud. I don't know if it's being picked up because of them.
That's true. Wait, because it's still on. It's still on. Give me a second. Speak. Why still? Say something. Why am I not hearing anything? Say something again. Why? Oh wait, give me a second. It's the actual mic. Do.
Sweet.
Hello.
That is way better.
This is better.
Because I just mean it's like this whole time. I was just like, maybe it's because it's picking up. It's so like the mic is so like clear. It's also picking up the fan of the thing. I don't know if it's harder for you to hear me.
No, it's fine either way.
All right, cool. This is just better because it picks up when in the episode. But all right.
All right, yeah. So 1 a.m. like 1:30. Yeah. So I just stayed in my room. If I die, and I had a meeting at 2 o'clock. So I was like, yeah, I'm not leaving.
How was it, by the way?
What, the fire alarm?
No, the meeting.
Oh yeah, it was a right meeting.
It was a good meeting. Okay, cool. Right. Now, before we proceed with any topics on our list, so let me get it up on my phone because I want to be as accurate as I can. Am I coming in clear for you, Elliot? By the way, whilst I do this. Ooh. Sorry, guys. It's coming clear. Thank you. I'm gonna go in the shade room because the shade borough, because that's the best source of information. Shade borough. So yes, our lovely, lovely Prime Minister by the name of
BJ.
BJ, also known also known as Boris Johnson, has announced by March the 8th, we should be able to go to
Schools were supposed to be open by April, March.
paused.
You need to
Sorry,
you need to say that all again because you froze.
I froze.
Yeah.
But you heard me.
No.
Okay. So our lovely Prime Minister Boris Johnson has announced by the 8th of March, we should be able to meet up by maybe like groups of two, three from the same household at the park. So a step to being free. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, but to me, it doesn't make sense because we can't, 1 minute, we can't be on this massive strict lockdown, and then next minute, we're easing back into meeting up in groups and stuff. Like, why can't we just be like in New Zealand, shut off, close off the rest of the world, and just be on a strict lockdown? It's not cute. We hate it here, but at least by the time we're done, we'll be back to normal somehow. Like New Zealand are really having concerts and they're going clubbing, and we're here running out of toilet paper.
Yeah, I remember saying this like months ago, saying we need to go into a very strict lockdown like New Zealand so we can just get this over with. But I don't understand the premise of so we're allowed to go to the park with people in our household. We can already can't we already do that? Like
Exactly.
two to
Because parks weren't closed off necessarily, but it was like you're not meant to just lounge, like leisure lounge in one area just like that. If you're going outside, it needs to be like with activities and stuff. That's basically what it was before. But now it's like, okay, now you can actually, because if you're going to the park, there's people that are also going to have the same idea as you, and there's going to be different groups and stuff. But now you're allowed to do that. Obviously, keep a distance, but at least you can be in these groups in the park. Whereas before, if you're using a green space, it has to either be to work out or you're just walking past. You can't just be in that one area because somehow it can attract the crowd. So, which is the whole reason why I don't think we should do it anyway, because people will take the piss and they will
to be doing group picnics with your friends. Yeah, I think this is a stupid plan. What is like saying you're allowed to do picnics gonna do in this weather, please?
in this weather.
You live in this country too. In this weather, who's having a picnic? I'll do indoor picnic. With
Right.
You've already been stuck in the house with our family members for long enough. I don't think anybody wants to go and do picnic with the same family members. People want to go see each other because they miss people. That's people are so
See each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's why everyone's so pressed about it, because there's a lack of human connection with people that they miss. So I think going to the park with people that you're already living with doesn't make sense at all.
Doesn't make sense whatsoever. No, honestly, it doesn't. And it's what I'd forever not understand about this prime minister of ours is the fact that you were really, sir, you were really in intensive care. You almost died. Take this seriously. Take it seriously, please. Like, New Zealand aren't even gonna experience another year in lockdown. They finished 2 months, 2 to 3 months ahead of our anniversary. Yeah, so it's just a shame. It really is a shame. And then now he's just throwing out these random statements saying, this is what it says here on the Shade Borough. PM, Prime Minister, if you didn't know, says nightclubs could reopen with the help of rapid COVID tests. Now, the Prime Minister has suggested that Brits could be allowed to return to nightclubs and theatres with the help of rapid coronavirus tests. At a Downing Street news conference on Monday, Boris Johnson said, "We intend to vaccinate all of the adults in the country by autumn, plus lateral lateral flow testing, rapid testing for those Brits that have been the toughest nuts to crack, such as nightclubs or theatres. Those parts of the economy we couldn't get open last year because why? Of course we couldn't. We were in the middle of a pandemic. Shut up." Such tests would allow people to get their COVID test results within 30 minutes, as opposed to 1 to 3 days. Don't get me wrong, I love that. And it could happen. It could happen. It's not like it's an impossible thing for us. But when you do things like this so early on with opening parks and, easing us into the open,
It's very
we're not going to, it's very extreme. Like,
we went from opening parks to opening clubs. Like, that's a bit mad. Like, don't get me wrong. One of the things that I really want to do this year was go to a club because, I turned 18 in lockdown and it was something that I wanted to experience in uni. And I live in Nottingham. Do you know how many clubs we have here? We've got Ink, we've got Ocean, we've got Prison. Like, there are so many. And everyone says they're so great. And I just love to experience that. However, coronavirus, because then I have to isolate for 2 weeks, please. It's not going to work out. I know I've never been into a club, but I can guess. People are just up together all the time. Like, it's a small space. And then you expect, oh, no one's going to get coronavirus. Yes, people are going to get coronavirus when you put people like that in there. You never know. People can just sneak in and then boom. We're in
just everything. For us, it's true.
Very strict for like a month. It was very good. Just 1 month where you literally cannot leave the house. If we see you on the street without like some form of like, when Italy went into lockdown like the last year, and it was very, very strict, and they had to have like identification papers or like some kind of note saying this is why I'm leaving the house or you will be arrested. I'm not too pressed because the only reason I need to leave now is to shop, and I do that every 2 weeks.
There was so much discussion of that happening. It just never happened. But I remember they were talking about, you might need to show proof of da. I think it did happen, but it's like it just kind of went away. And it's like that's how our country always works. It's like we just let things be. Like we just.
The thing about
and I don't get it.
I get it because the thing about our country is that they prioritize the economy over human lives, and that because the people running our country are the richer people in more higher who are higher class, and that is what they care about because money rules all. But that's not it, because money can't replace like people, and so many people have lost their lives because of COVID, because the government is not doing a good job. Like it just doesn't make sense how you can really prioritize your economy over human lives. Like yes, I know the economy going down would be devastating, but losing another 100,000 lives
right
be worse.
And
what's
so it is.
Yeah, what's so bad about going into a strict lockdown for a month or 2 months even, where you cannot leave your house just so that people are not spreading the virus? And I don't think going back to school will do anything either, because then you'll have kids mixing around, and we have a new variant going around, and we have now teachers are going to get it, children are going to get it, and they'll bring it home to their parents, to their grandparents, and we'll just be back where we started a year after it started. Like, this just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all. I'll be real. If they want to open up the clubs and stuff, I'm not going to lie to you because it's legal. I'm going. I am going. Me, I'll take my. Do you know what, Elia? You know how we were discussing earlier on how if you will take the vaccine or not. I've been swayed that I will take it because it's like I just want to go back to normal.
Mhm.
And if that means I can go back to normal, let me take it, please. Please let me take it. Um I'm if they say the clubs are open and the theaters are open, I'm going. I don't give a heck. But I will keep safe.
Oh, before.
Hmm?
Have you been to a club before? That was my question.
Oh, have you been to a club? Because I can't hear you, it's cutting out. That's why.
So,
I guess so. I guess so, yeah, but it didn't. It was in a club. Mm, I have, but it wasn't a club that I enjoyed.
um,
No shade. It was very much unz, unz, unz.
yeah, yeah. That's why
That's not me.
I go to. Yeah, that's why I really want to go. Because I was speaking to a friend of mine. She was like, if you really want to get down, like where you have, where it's like very populated with ethnic minorities. I'll put it that way. You have to go to this club called Ink, and I really want to get it because I'd love to hear some,
Mm,
I don't know, some R&B, some Afro beats, just something that can
yeah,
like.
mind your waist a little bit to it. Mm,
If this vaccination is offered to me, I will be taking it, and I will take myself to a club because I would love to go.
hey ho. Mm-hmm.
Love to go, but I'd also love to go and it be safe.
Mm,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's basically it. I don't know what else we can say because this is what Boris Johnson is doing. So I think
Yeah.
if you're gonna take his word,
Mhm.
then stay safe by doing it. Like if you're going to like, there's nothing wrong. You're going to the park and stuff, but just be smart and safe about it. Don't take it for granted. Um, but if it's not necessary, then stay at home. Like let's do our best as a country to get us in the state that New Zealand is at the moment because they're really living their best life. All right, moving on.
I was going to
So
trust a man with the initials BJ. It will not work. Carry on.
wow, wow. All right, so next topic on our list. This is something that we don't I don't know why we just kind of forgot it, but at the same time we're happy because now there was a beginning,
Mhm.
there was a middle, and now it's come to an end.
Mhm.
And if you can't tell already by what I'm trying to say, it's the whole gorilla glue situation with the woman in America. I'll briefly explain what it's about. I'll briefly explain what it's about. So gorilla glue and gorilla
It's not.
snot are just two different things. I just want to just throw that out. PSA. If you're looking to go and buy gorilla glue, please
Mhm.
do your research and find out how the product looks like. They even look different in branding. But so what happened was the woman, young black woman in America, took to TikTok to explain her struggle that she was going through. In the video, you see that her hair is very laid, very slick, very shiny, right? But then she's explaining how she must have run out of a product, I think got to be to use to slick down her hair. A lot of us can relate as black females, got to be gel, all of that lifesavers if you want your slick edges, slick hair, cool. But she ran out of this product. And I won't lie, I don't know if you can agree with me,
Mhm.
you've there's been a point in your life as a black girl, you've been like, I've run out of this product, I just need something to just replace it quickly. I don't usually use this, but I'm just gonna find something as a quick substitute. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna share
We've
your
done that
story,
before in
then
the
I'll
past.
share mine.
You go first then.
Okay, so this was like, so I straightened my hair when I was younger, but I had too much oil in my hair, and I was like, damn, like it's like too oily for me, and so I was like, okay, the best way to get this out is to use like a dry shampoo or like just like some kind of hairspray or something just to dry it out. I did not. Why did I have hairspray? I did not. So there, like, I had no reason to buy it. So instead of using like a hairspray or like a dry shampoo, I just used flour.
Flower.
To
You was
be
a lie.
to be very fair, it worked.
I mean, yeah, I'm listening. I'm just gonna open the blind. Go on.
To be fair, it did work. I just need to comb it out, but my hair was a bit white. But other than that, like it worked. It got me through. But
It got you through, right?
yeah, flour. What about you?
Mm.
What was your substitute?
Okay. It's a bit embarrassing. Do you know? I won't say a hair one because I feel like all the hair ones that I've used, it's just products I won't use. Okay, so I've got two.
Hmm.
I ran out of gel, so I used edge control all over my hair to slick it. And you know, edge control is a small tub. Until you have finished that quick to slick it, but oh my gosh, I didn't realize that the edge control that I got, it turns oily
Yeah.
after a while. So it would like literally.
I just want to say
Hmm?
for reference, this is like a small bottle of gel.
This is just yeah, this exact one that you're pointing out. That's what I use. The thing is, I use edge control for when I gel my hair. I gel my hair first with like Gorilla Snot. That's the one my go-to, which is an edge control too, kind of. But I don't need to use a lot for my hair. That's why I only use Gorilla Snot. Ecosala, hate it. It's so gunky. Don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I usually use edge control, right? But the one that I got was a L'Oreal edge control, right? But obviously, because I used it all over my head and I ran out of gel and it was oily, it just melted away. So oil was just literally coming down my face, and I looked like I was just sweating buckets, but it really was just embarrassing. Yeah, don't, ladies, gentlemen, whatever, don't use edge control like that. One, two, it's not to do with my hair. Just use it because I didn't have it. I no. Do you know I've got quite a few? It's so sad. I'm just gonna quickly go through it. I use got to be spray. And Ali, you would know what I'm talking about when I explain it. So for my 19th birthday, I decided to go with a glittery lid look for my glitter new lid. I didn't have eyelid glue, so I used got to be spray on my eyelids, let it get tacky, and I used it to apply the glitter onto my lids.
I mean, it
Wow,
did
you
work.
saw it worked. So yeah, it worked.
Off.
Oh, it was hell. Actually, no, not really, because got to be when you put it underwater, it comes off. So it was fine. It was just like, don't do that because you don't know how your skin will react to it. But I didn't care at the time. And then when I first started using wigs, I used eyelash glue to not the black one, the clear one, to place my wigs down. I didn't know what got to be was at the time. And that's my little free ghetto ass solutions for my hair slash whatever problems. But moving on, yes. So she, like many of us in the past, used Gorilla Glue. Now Gorilla Glue is used for um bonding wood together. It's like hardware. It's very much like building stuff product. So that's why if you can glue wood together, clearly it's strong, right? But she was like, I don't have this in on me, like my got to be on me. So let me just use that. And she had in mind that it wouldn't have such a bad effect on her head. 1 month later, she's on TikTok crying. The hair did not shift. It looked late. It looked late for God. Very, very late, but it did not shift. And she went on TikTok to complain about it. People in the comments were kikiing. And she made another video where she was like trying to like show that it wouldn't shift. She put cream, wiped it, and it was just shining like a helmet. And it's like she was complaining, and then she just went into like this weird cry. And she continued talking, and I think that's what people were laughing at. But then once we saw videos of her going to the doctors and getting her friends to try and remove it, and she was in pain, people were like, "Ooh, this isn't as funny as we initially thought it was. Someone is actually suffering here, and Miss Ma'am needs help." Started a GoFundMe. the aim was to get to $1,000.
I think, yeah, I think she ended up raising 20,000 there.
23,000 dollars altogether, right? And fortunately, she was offered to get the the glue removed out of her hair by a black surgeon. Just want to put it out there because
Hair transplant.
yeah, to remove the hair. She's lucky because most times that hair would have been gone, but she's lucky she even got to keep hair on her scalp. I feel like there was a few bald patches here, but anyway, that's not important. Got to keep her hair. The glue is out at the end of the day, and she decided to donate to $20,000 to a charity that focuses on hair transplant for people. Thoughts?
Why are you? And she tried to sue Gorilla Glue because it didn't say don't use on hair, but if it says don't use on skin.
Okay, so I was listening to a podcast about this, and they were talking about it in like more detail. I'm just gonna take a bit out. Cable Stage podcast, by the way, cool. It was, I think, the reason why she could win the case, though it's highly unlikely, but she could win. Obviously, the product doesn't specify, oh, don't put it on hair. Cool. But obviously, it says do not make contact with skin, right? However, your hair doesn't specify what area of your like the hair is, right? And your body and your hair are two different things, right? And because hair is all over your body, it doesn't kind of fall into that category. Do you understand? So there's like a blurred kind of line between it, and also because I guess of the confusion of Gorilla Glue and Gorilla Snot, that could kind of play a part too. But then what she was on, I think she was interviewed by like one TV show or something. She said herself that I knew that this wasn't meant for hair.
See,
so that's how you've even fumbled the bag.
That put you into a situation where you could not do it. I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen? I know we don't really use Gorilla Glue over here, but I know what Gorilla Glue is, and I know the difference between Gorilla Glue and Gorilla Snot. Like, you've seen Gorilla Snot packaging, and it's all bright and colourful. Like, they have blue, red, or orange. Like, it's like bright. But then you saw the Gorilla Glue, and just like there's no similarity between it. So now,
but she was. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah.
So you're risking your health because you just want your hair laid.
Your hair laid. She knew that though. She said it herself that she knew it wasn't for hair, but she didn't think it would have the effects that it did, which I don't understand why. But yeah, sorry, go on.
That was another topic. I saw like an article that was talking about how like the social pressures of Black women always having their hair done because it's seen as like inappropriate to just have your like natural hair out there. So that was also another pressure just to get your hair laid. And now using super glue. And look at the effects of it.
Well, your hair was laid. Your hair was laid. Are you happy now? Do you know what I mean? And what else happened as well? A lot of the thing is, because people are like, I've got another question to ask you. Would you have donated to the cause, number one? But also, I'll answer that one afterwards. But also, she left out a lot of information. Gorilla Glue reached out to her and gave her solutions on how to get this glue out of her hair, right? But she didn't say any of this. Her whole thing was like, I'm in this dilemma. I know the company hasn't even like helped me. But then there's proof of them actually tweeting to her, be like, try this and that. But you want to see? No one told you to go and do like. No one forced you to do this. So now going to the question of would you donate? Now knowing all of this in mind, would you have donated to the cause?
I'm not gonna lie, no. I mean, I
No,
don't to donate. I wouldn't donate because
100%.
like if I'm gonna donate money, I want to donate money to help a good like really important cause, something that like helps thousands of people, like even if it's just like one droplet, but like actually goes towards something to get your hair fixed because you decided that you were gonna put super glue in your hair. I'm not donating. Sorry. You have actually none of my sympathy. There was also another thing that recently came out, like it was afterwards, but it was nothing. This guy, he frequently works with that Gorilla Glue spray, and he used to get it stuck on him all the time because of the way he worked. And he got this like this massage oil.
I saw that on TikTok. My only thing with that is that she had this in for a month, so this thing is stuck in her hair. He's only probably kept it in for maybe max hour, right? So obviously, I get it, but if it has the same effects, then amazing, cool. But she had it in for months, so I don't know if we can really.
I feel like with super glue, it doesn't. The amount of stickiness doesn't really go away unless you're really going at it. Then it's.
And that's what I think she did. I think she put a lot of that in her hair, and that's why it was so hard to.
More sticky. But if you keep messing with it, it's not going to get more like stuck. It's just going to get less stuck. So I think that would really affect it.
But because I was listening to some Americans talk about the situation, and they said that literally this hair glue gets stuck 10 minutes max. It's not going anywhere, right? And the doctors were also saying as well, the more water you put into it, the more stuck it becomes. So with her even washing it and stuff, it was making it worse. Is that yeah? So it's glue for wood.
I wonder why more water would make it more stuck. It's not.
Well, apparently it does. That's what was said as well. And even what you were just saying now about this whole expectation for black women to present their hair in a certain way, it just shows how far some women would like go to keep their hair laid or keep it a presentable way, which is really sad. And my heart, even though I'm not donating because I won't, and I had no intention to donate, my heart goes out for her because I can understand that kind of pressure or stress to present your hair in a certain way, because even us even joking about the extreme things we did to present our hair or do our hair to keep it like presentable and stuff, you can relate in it to an extent. Though we wouldn't go and use glue that you use for wood in our hair, you can understand that pressure and the stress that she must have gone through as a woman of color.
Yeah. Oh, another thing on this topic. Because it gains so much traction, other people are now using Gorilla Glue or like super glue alternatives in their hair or on their skin. Like one woman used it for lashes. Another woman tried to do her entire head full of super glue for like Gorilla Glue, whatever. And she basically got called out for being a clout chaser because
you are
for being a clout chaser.
Yeah, because you are a clout chaser.
Oh yeah, because you saw what this woman did and you want to do it again. And I feel like at a certain age, you're old enough to understand that that's not going to work.
Right.
And
Right.
Because I understand that. And I feel like with these things, like, yes, she now has a blue tick next to her name on Instagram. Yes, now she has her 15 minutes of fame. You think by copying it, you're going to get yours. Fame is not everything. Getting your name out there are better ways, please. But now you're harming yourself for a couple of followers. And the thing is that the girl that put glue all over her hair, she already had like 600,000 followers. You don't need any more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she already had a lot. So you don't need like that to go to that extreme just to get a 100 more. And it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I just don't want to be in a position where fame is consuming me so much that I'm now taking myself to A&E because I'm doing stupidness like that. Just
Going the extreme for what?
Yeah.
For followers, please. I was looking down because I was just getting up another case. This was probably the most talked about one, of the man who glued the cup to his lips to prove that it was all fake, and now could possibly lose part of his top lip. Says here, one man was so convinced that her story wasn't real that he tried it himself. The man used Gorilla Glue on his lips and thought he could simply lick it off. However, that was definitely not the case. The news reports that Len Martin glued a paper cup to his lips to prove that the heavy-duty Gorilla Glue that Tatika Brown, that's the woman's name if you didn't know, used in her hair was not as sticky as she made it seem. Martin said, thought she was playing around, and I didn't think it was that serious. Unfortunately, he found out the hard way just how sticky Gorilla Glue is. Like Tasika, Martin is now warning others not to use that on their bodies after doctors had to graft off part of his upper lip to remove the cup. Yeah.
That's your own. I have no words for that. That's really your own.
Who told you to be Captain Savaho? Like, who told you to be this messiah of the generation and do that? Who told you?
You really think this woman would go and fake it?
Just for
this woman has surgery.
Whole surgery. And I'm not gonna lie, she has her mental health mad. Because she was kiki, and I saw her liking some of the funny comments on the TikTok and stuff. But your mental health, the whole world is laughing at you. Well, the majority are laughing at you. At least our point now was sympathy, but the whole world is laughing at you. I don't know. I can take it, please. Also, as well, people were like, "Oh, I'm donating. It doesn't matter what the situation is, because she's a Black woman. I'm gonna donate because whenever my sister is in trouble, I will donate and help out." Do you know what? I hear that. I'm not even gonna go against that. I don't feel a way at all.
I like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will not be donating, but I like the energy. Like, you will do anything to support your Black sister. I love it. Nothing more to say about that one.
Nothing more to say. Yeah. Nothing more to say.
I wish everyone in the world had that energy, but you know.
I know what you mean.
It's just that, but yeah, but like just Black girls in general.
So now, our last topic, because we're just gonna do 2 today. Keep it short. It's, I don't know if you've heard of this, Elia. Actually, I think you were the one that presented the topic to me. Actually, I wasn't know what I was even saying. So if you guys didn't know, there's meant to be a documentary coming out on, is it BBC Three? Because I feel like most times BBC Three, they're the ones that be doing these documentaries. It's BBC Three, right? Or is it ITV?
I have no idea. I don't think it's BBC Three. BBC Three is only online.
No, BBC Three is on TV, is it not? BBC Three has a channel.
No.
115.
They stopped that channel.
Is it? You're lying.
They stopped that channel years ago.
Not years ago. That's a stretch. Are you serious?
Like I'm pretty sure they stopped, because you can't watch BBC Three on TV anymore. You watch it online. Because Drag Race is on BBC Three and that's not on TV.
Hold on.
It's only on iPlayer.
I'm so sorry, guys. I have to check this for myself. Story channel, because this is a new revelation to me. Wow. That's how you know I don't watch TV anymore. This is 2016. A good 5 years. What the hell?
It's been years. Like they stopped. They just stopped being on TV. They don't have a channel, so you have to get everything on BBC iPlayer.
What? This is new news to me. I I did not know about this. What? Mad. Oh,
Hmm.
well, okay. But these are when I used to watch EastEnders and I missed EastEnders, you could catch the episode on BBC Three. Oh my god. Right. Okay. Well. Okay. So online,
Mm-hmm.
online. Also, okay. So the documentary is either on BBC Three iPlayer or on ITV One.
On the channel on TV.
And yes, which is I still watch channel on TV. So Rochelle from the former band The Saturdays, married to whatever the guy's name is from JLS. I've forgotten his name. I've completely forgotten his name. Apologies. And sister of Sophie from Love Island, the recent season. She will be hosting the documentary that focuses on Black women um, who are pregnant, dying early, dying before giving birth in hospital, understanding why is that an issue, like what is going on here. And that sparked
an episode.
Hmm?
If you go back to Does Maturity Come with Age, that episode, we spoke about this problem, how Black women are more likely to die from childbirth.
Oh, yes.
So if you want to on that, like, just go check that episode out.
So yes, tune in. I think that's also kind of been the topic kind of also kind of sparked because of obviously because of Nicole Thea, not too long ago. That's what happened with her. She passed away just before giving birth, and I think the discussion just kind of came about from that. Obviously, it's been happening for many, many years, but because of how well known she was, even was a post on the Shade Room, a US platform. So it just kind of sparked a conversation, and now there's a documentary kind of focusing around that topic. However, there was quite a lot of controversy around this because a lot of people felt that yes, we're happy, we're pleased that this is being talked about. There's nothing wrong with that, but why is a woman, a mixed race woman, who a mixed race woman who we haven't heard anything about her.
I'm trying to stay very still for Grace. Where are you? Oh, Grace.
Try. Hello.
Yeah, the last thing you said is that we haven't heard anything.
Yes. We haven't heard anything.
About
her. Okay. So yes, we haven't heard anything about her kind of going through maybe her own issues and stuff and understanding, but maybe we'll understand in the documentary as we watch on, but still, why is she leading this conversation forward, which then brought people onto the documentary happening with Leanne from Little Mix about people being bullied as a being black and bullied in secondary school, and why that was an issue too. And it's like, why?
Is Leanne mixed?
No, she's black. She's black, but you can mistake her as someone that's mixed. And basically everyone's issue, and it was just like, why are we still having issues of representation in matters of this? Because even with like the Leanne thing, because I do agree with what people are saying. I won't lie to you, I do agree with what people are saying. With the Leanne thing, at least with the Leanne thing, it was more about being a person of color. Being bullied in secondary school, and she is a person of color, mixed, black, whatever it is, that's just the case. However, people's issues were like, yes, but what people that you experience different things depending on your skin tone, like mixed race, someone that's mixed race or someone that's fair toned will have a different experience in school than someone that's on the darker side of the spectrum. Like you just won't be able to relate. But I just don't think because it's a documentary focusing on people of color, I'm not too fast. But I think people's things as well was like, yeah, the only way, if the only way you can present stuff like this is if you have someone that's of a lighter skin tone as the cover person of the topic. But then when you now go and do your research and stuff, or you'll interview people, don't be surprised to see that it's a lot of dark people that are going to be featured in this episode. So why is she like the forefront of the documentary? And then like with the Rochelle thing, it's basically the same thing. This is focusing on dark skinned women dying whilst pregnant in hospital and not being attended to. But then you're a woman, you're a mixed race woman that's had successful pregnancies, focusing on this topic. Like it doesn't really make sense. Like it's the representation. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think there's a disgustingly low amount of dark-skinned women represented in media. Like full stop. Like what? There are so many talented Black women out there, and you can't pick one, just one, to focus on like issues of those that are like dark skin and Black. But also like Black comes in so many different tones. I mean, look at us. Where this is why I feel like it's a bit iffy if I like me talking on it, because like I am lighter skin and I have been mistaken for mixed race. But I like will 100% advocate for like dark skin representation, because I think it is like, I see meat all the time. That's cool. I have that, but to see someone who is dark skinned and really like celebrating that, we don't see that often, and we need to see that more. And especially if it is issues pertaining to dark skinned women, why is it not a dark skinned woman talking about it? What would somebody who is light skinned and mixed know about a topic like that? Or somebody who's like been through successful pregnancies, who is like always had the care of doctors because they're in a position to do that. There's only so much sympathy that, or like empathy that like they can give out. But if you have actually somebody who's been in the midst of it, who like knows what they're talking about, who's gone through these experiences, there's just a different kind of connection that the audience can make, and then we can have more conversations about it. The one thing I do disagree with, though, is the aggression of Twitter and just...
Yeah, Twitter doesn't know how to hold back. That one I can agree with.
The two girls, like that, I like, yes, you disagree, but you have a conversation about it. You don't just go in and attack people. Like the comment that was made, like that went around the shade bar. Like I understand the intention of what you were trying to say, but
what was aggressive about it though? Because I feel like I'll be real. I don't feel like people were being aggressive. I will say this from what I saw, Leanne's boyfriend, when they brought her into this, and I understand because it's like this has nothing to do with her, but then people use it as an example of like, yet again, you know, like a representation. He came with more vim at people, and if you're gonna come with this vim, we're gonna like bounce back. I feel like there were, in the comments, there were a lot of intellectual conversations actually being had, but because of people unwilling to just listen and understand what people are saying, they're coming with an energy that's like, all right, if you're going to come with energy, we're going to come with it too. And I don't feel like, maybe I just didn't see enough of it, but I don't feel like people were like saying, oh, you're collapsed anyway, or da, 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 da. Like, I just feel like people, there was an upset and an understandable upset, but I generally don't think, because I really don't like using words like aggressive and aggression when surrounding topics of like Black women, and especially when it's a lot of Black women's opinions being stated. Don't get me wrong, I feel like sometimes Black women, especially darker people of like a darker complexion, sometimes it's getting dark in here, bloody hell. I feel like there is we, I don't say we, I don't do that, but like we have they can be a habit of
bringing up the stereotype of like the angry black woman.
yeah, like there's a habit like just coming with full force, like,
Yeah.
and I get it, it's because of so many years of hurt, but
Mm.
I just feel like with this there was a conversation that was being had, but because people aren't willing to hear it, I just want, oh no, you're just jealous, you're just a hater, you don't want to hear it. It's like no, it always finds something to complain. It's like now I'm just getting angry, like I'm actually kind of getting frustrated, like you're just not hearing us.
What I was talking about is I was talking about it's not even just from like one side, like both sides, but the people, no, not even the people, the trolls that were just going after each other took away from that conversation. And there should be stricter laws on Twitter, but it's a scenario. But I think just okay, different word for it. Just the trolls on Twitter from either side, they're not being productive at all, and that's like I saw comments like trolls like that, and it just took away from the whole conversation of what people were really trying to say. It's like, why is there no dark skin representation for a dark skin topic? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I should clear it up.
Yeah. There was a point that I wanted to make. Oh, because I know I was hearing people saying as well, but then who would be good enough? My thing is this year, if you really wanted this topic to be said or done, you will find someone. There are so many people, like it's like acting, for example. If you really want the representation to be there, there's casting. You cast out actors that you feel like deserve the role. But because you don't feel like it's important enough or it's necessary enough for you to make the extra effort to find those people, that's why there isn't that representation in the industry. So if you really wanted someone that would represent the topic that at hand, you will find that person.
I'm going to be so honest. If BLM did not get as big as it did last year, we wouldn't
have this conversation. 100%. Oh, 100%.
It would not exist. Because
100%.
it was trendy and the media took that and ate it up, and now they're doing black issues because people are now talking about it and they need to monetize off of it. I'm so sorry, but they're already monetizing off mothers and children dying.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like that at all. Like,
yeah.
A lot of it, like, don't get me wrong, and it's sad because, like, at the same time, though they're using it for their own like financial gain and stuff like that, it's sad, but at least it's out there. That's what's so sad. That's what's really, really sad about it.
That at least
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, at least we're having the conversations, but it could have been done better. With your budget, it really could have been done better.
It could have been done better. That's why it's
black women in media or in acting or like in like social presence in general, and you couldn't pick one of them. Like a celebrity to do it. There have been dust women on Love Island. You can't get one of them. I'm just saying.
Like I know there was one woman they were suggesting that they wanted to have, but then she went out because I think there was like a rumor saying, oh yeah, there was a woman that they reached. People were like, oh yeah, this would be a good person to have a conversation. But then I don't know if it was the BBC, whichever company it was, were like, oh they decided to just, without telling the woman, give it to Rochelle. But then the woman went out of her way to say, no, I didn't like sign up for it. And I don't feel like I would have been comfortable enough to even do the conversation. But I think she was a woman that also experienced like her own issues. Someone in that area too. So it's like okay, let's not, spread rumors about it as well. But there was something I wanted to say, but I've completely forgotten what it was I wanted to say. So yes, we're grateful that the conversation
Mhm.
is being had.
Mm.
You even going out of your way to have this conversation as well. It's good. It's good. But I just think we do need that representation if we really want people to understand and relate to what's going on. Please, let's see more of this representation.
Again, I would like to point out
Again,
having a black woman on your like CEO team or like just somewhere very high up to really look at what you guys are doing would be a great help. I'm just
mm,
saying.
it's not hard. It really isn't hard as well. I look forward to watching it. I feel like we will make the effort to watch the episode, and then maybe we'll even come back to you and talk about how our thoughts on the episode and stuff, because it is a very touchy subject, and it needs to be treated with a lot of care.
Mhm.
And yeah, like hopefully the controversy doesn't overshadow the actual topic itself. So
Oof.
that's basically that. Now let's move on to. So we're trying to keep this episode short, like we said. We've got a very special episode coming up for you guys. Um, Song of the week. I don't know how to ease into it. Song of the week.
Okay, yeah, we've come to the end, so song of the week, you go first.
Yeah, song of the week.
I'm gonna
Okay.
do some chick. This is confusing.
My song of the week is by an artist called Tem. This is a friend of ours, favorite artist,
Mm-hmm.
Deborah. And I know for intro of her YouTube channel, I think that's the song that plays as well. And whenever I watch episodes, it's something that just sticks in my head a lot. So now it's just become a song that I really like. Her EP and also her Deborah's YouTube channel is Deborah C. So it's very easy to find. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what's it called? Her EP is it's short. I know a lot of us don't like to listen to long albums, EPs and stuff, but it's literally got what 5 songs, 6 songs.
Is it
Amazing.
All Broken Ears?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's her EP. Huh?
7 songs.
7 songs. Yes.
Mm.
Damages. I really like that song. A really good song on the EP as well is Keys. I think the Keys or Keys. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. Check that song out as well too. But that's my song of the week. It's just been playing on my mind a lot lately.
Nice. Okay, so we just had Valentine's Day. So I don't know what it was, but I really got into my Men Are Trash playlist. So don't look at me like that.
Mm.
Everyone's been all lovey dovey on Sabbath. I was like, I hate it. Please get me away from this.
I'm screaming.
Yeah. So Men Are Trash, my playlist, one of my multiple. So I my song of the week. I'm gonna have 2 because I haven't had 2 in a while. Open
That's
Up.
fine.
Yeah, Open Up by Daniel Caesar. It doesn't sound toxic, but if you listen to it, it's hella toxic. And also, also, do you know what? I heard this song in a H&M one day, and I was just with a friend, and I was like, oh, I really like this song. We left, and I was like, no, we have to go back because I need to know what the song is. So I Shazammed it, and the song was The First One by Astrid S. Yeah, so those 2 are my week.
I'll check that song out. The last one you just did. I've never heard of the artist, but I'd like to get into some newer artists. Really quickly, Stan P1 Harmony. That's all I have to say. I love them. Yeah.
Stan P1 Harmony.
Stan P1 Harmony. That's actually so good. That's so talented. Sorry. Just had to say that. Yeah.
I did kind of like spam some of their content because I really wanted to see what's all the hype about. Yeah, they're crackheads and I love it.
They are crackheads, especially one member in particular. But if you don't know by now, then I don't know for you. But yes, that is our episode this week. Please remember to like,
To share.
comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah. We have a very
also there's on Spotify too.
It's on Spotify too. Don't just listen to us on YouTube too. Listen to us on Spotify as well. We have a very special episode coming up for you guys. So please stay tuned to the episode. Do you want to round it up for us, Leah?
So, if you've forgotten, my name is Leah.
And my name is Grace.
And we have been
We
Chattin.